Good day, everyone. Before we formally start our class, may I ask Miss Kagulada to lead us a prayer? Thank you, Miss Kagulada. So before you take your seats, kindly pick up the piece of paper under your chair. Thank you so much. You may now all take your seat. Good day, my dear students, English 3B. How are you today? Are you all feeling okay? That's good to hear. So for those students who don't know me yet, my name is Beverly Roa and I will be your first teacher for today. Okay, so before we start our lesson for today, may I ask our beadle, Miss Isa Sagrado, to give the names for those who are absent today? Thank you so much, Miss Isa Sagrado. I can see many faces today. Before we proceed to our new lesson for today, let us first have a review. Are you familiar with claw machine? Have you ever played with it before? That's good to hear. So for our instruction on this activity, we will be utilizing a claw machine name picker. So if ever your name will be picked by the claw machine, you will be the one to answer our review questions. Are my instructions clear? Okay, then let us start. Miss Joyce Tabigny. So here is your question. What type of literature was discussed last meeting? Again, what type of literature was discussed last meeting? Okay, are you ready, Miss Isafia Sagrado? So here is your question. Can you define what is emergent literature? Again, can you define what is emergent literature? Okay, Miss Lovesell Palin. So here is your question. Give one author during emergent literature. Again, give one author during emergent literature. Okay, Miss Remji Baldesanso, here is your question. Give one characteristics of an emergent literature. Again, give one example of characteristic of an emergent literature. Okay, Miss Razalyn Kainoy, here is your question. How does emergent literature differ from contemporary and popular literature? Again, how does emergent literature differ from contemporary and popular literature? Very good, everyone. All of your answers are correct. It really shows that you have acquired and learned something about our previous discussion. Thank you, everyone, for your participation. Before we dive in deeper to our new lesson, let us first have our motivation. This activity is called Emoji Guess Puzzle. So you are going to guess the word or phrases written with emoji. So you can raise your hand if you want to answer. Again, so I will be presenting emojis and you are going to guess what is the word or phrases written with emoji. So are my instructions clear? Okay, so let us start our activity. Good work, everyone. You are very good in guessing. So, are you familiar with those words and phrases that you have guessed? Exactly. So, those are different kinds of books. So, have you already read one of those? That's good to hear. So, I think that would be the end of my presentation. So, I thank everyone for your participation. Now, I will give the floor to our next demonstrator, Miss Jecille Oyan.
Good morning, everyone. I am the next demonstrator. So I am Jecille Oyan. Let's move on to our next activity called Literary Theme Parks. I will divide the class into 3 groups and I will guide you to interactive stations showcasing various literary works. So the jumbled words that I will show will be your guide of what specific literature you will immerse yourselves. So after exploring the stations, each group will share their observations, discoveries, and insights with the entire class. So now, please proceed to your designated groups. You have a time frame of 5 minutes to accomplish this task. Do my instructions appear clear to everyone? Alright, let's start. Okay, time is up. Let's start our presentation with group 1, 2, and 3. Okay, thank you so much, Group 1, 2, and 3. To summarize, contemporary literature emphasizes reality-based, character-driven narratives set in the modern era, while popular literature, encompassing genres like mystery and romance, captivates audience with relatable themes, and emergent literature pushes boundaries through innovative storytelling techniques, reshaping the literary landscape. So, good work, everyone. Let's give them a good job clap. So, following the completion of our initial activity, I will ask some questions. So, question number 1. Anyone who would like to volunteer? So thank you so much. In addition to that, authors blend timeless themes, love, identity, with modern settings and language, providing a relatable yet fresh perspective for today's readers. So question number 2. Again, anyone who would like to volunteer? Okay, thank you so much. So in addition to that, genres adopt, borrow, and challenge conventions like sci-fi inspiring fantasy with tech or fantasy impacting mystery with magic. It is like evolving diversity. Okay, so last question. Anyone who would like to volunteer to answer? Okay, thank you for that. So, in addition, modern literature and emerging forms innovate by introducing fresh ideas, styles, and interactions, expanding perspectives and reflecting cultural shifts dynamically. So thank you everyone for your cooperation and participation. So I will give the floor to the next demonstrator.
Good morning, class. I am Teacher Mark, and before we start our discussion, I have a question. So, what comes first in your mind when you hear the word literature? Okay, Miss Kagatin. Very good. Very good, Miss Kagatin. So literature can be book, novel, essays, poems, and such. So now, in your own idea, what is literature? Okay, very good, Miss Abuso. So the simplest meaning of literature is a body of written works. Literature is an art form of various genres that we people use to entertain our souls. May you be a writer or a reader. Literature has a great influence on our actions, ideas, and values. The evolution of literature has influenced our beings, and it became a part of our lives as literature is born in the moment we exist. Now, let's explore the relationship of contemporary, popular, and emergent literature. So here are some glimpses of what we are tackling this morning. Now, with the same group, you are going to present those three literature. Group 1 will be tackling about contemporary literature, Group 2 for the popular literature, and Group 3 for emergent literature. I will give you 20 minutes to do this one, and don't worry, I will give you an handout with your topic so that we are still aligned to our topic for today. Is my instruction clear? Okay. Go to your group silently and start working in your assigned topic. Time is up. Now, let's now proceed to your presentation. Group 1. Thank you, Group 1. Contemporary literature is the literature written after World War II through the current day. Works of contemporary literature reflect a society's social or political viewpoints, shown through realistic characters, connections to current events, and socioeconomic messages. The writers are looking for trends and illuminate societal strengths and weaknesses to remind society of lessons they should learn and question they should ask. Group 2. Popular literature includes those writing intended for the masses and those that find favor with large audiences. It can be distinguished from artistic literature in that it is designed primarily to entertain. Thank you. And lastly, Group 3. Thank you. Emergent literature is an integration of traditional and technological driven form of literature. It can be also defined as new genre of scholarly discourse such as online collaborative spaces, academic blogs, websites, e-prints, and etc. Thank you, class, for an informative presentation. Now give yourself a resounding applause.
Okay, thank you once again everyone for your participation in Mr. Tangara's activity. Now, kindly please settle down as we are going to do another activity. For those who don't know me, I am J&G Hora and I will be continuing the lecture. Okay, let's proceed. So we have tackled the contemporary, popular, and emergent literature. Now, we will have another group activity where you will be grouped into 5 and your task is to discuss or explain what is being asked below. Now kindly listen carefully for the instructions. Okay, so in your group, you will assign a leader, secretary, and a timer. I will only give you 15 minutes to finish the activity. 10 minutes for discussion, collaboration, and generating ideas with your group, and for the remaining 5 minutes, you will be writing down your answers in the activity sheet. Okay, so listen carefully for the questions as I will be reading it twice. Number 1. How will you describe the relationship of contemporary, popular, and emergent literature? Explain how they are related with each other. Again, how will you describe the relationship of contemporary, popular, and emergent literature? Explain how they are related with each other. Number 2. Is there a significant connection between contemporary, popular, and emergent literature? Again, is there a significant connection between contemporary, popular, and emergent literature? Number 3. What are the similarities of contemporary, popular, and emergent literature? Again, what are the similarities of contemporary, popular, and emergent literature? Okay, time's up. Ms. Sabuero, kindly please collect all the activity sheets. Thank you, Ms. Sabuero. Okay, kindly please go back to your seats and settle down everyone, for there will be another activity, but it will be individual. Listen carefully for the directions. All you have to do is to define the following terms based on your understanding and write your answers in the activity sheet. Okay, time's up. Pass your papers up front. Now for your assignment, create an infographic about the interrelationship of contemporary, popular, and emergent literature. You may do it with the same group you have earlier. Am I clear? Okay, so does anyone have any questions, clarifications, violent reactions? If none, then let's call it a day. Thank you and class dismissed. Goodbye!